ready to go out there and slay another day. Never in my life have I felt so myself. This is who I was actually meant to be.
Taylor Swift just dropped a clue about her wedding and disguised it as a record store announcement, and the timing lines up so perfectly that there's no way this is a coincidence. On the exact same day, her ex-boyfriend announced he's taking over Netflix, SNL, and a world tour, and the word Swifty officially entered the dictionary. March 2nd, 2026 was one of the wildest days in this entire era. Let's get into it. So, here's what happened. Taylor Nation, her official fan platform, announced that Taylor Swift is releasing a limited edition 7-inch vinyl of Elizabeth Taylor for Record Store Day 2026. The vinyl is called the Cry My Eyes Violet Glitter Pressing, named after a lyric from the song, and it comes with collectible black and white cover art and a B-side called the So Glamorous Cabaret version. That B-side is a brand new theatrical reimagining of the track that nobody has heard yet. It's only available in person at independent record stores on April 18th. No online sales, no pre-orders, no major retailers. You show up on the day or you miss it. Now on the surface, this looks like Taylor supporting independent music stores the way she does every year. She's done record store day releases before. But let's look at the details, because this is where it gets interesting. The song she chose is Elizabeth Taylor, a track named after one of the most iconic brides in Hollywood history. Elizabeth Taylor was married 8 times and became synonymous with glamorous, dramatic, larger-than-life weddings. Taylor Swift chose this song, not any of the other 12 tracks on the album, to release as a standalone single 56 days before her own wedding. The vinyl is purple and blue glitter. The cover art is black and white old Hollywood glamour. The B-side is literally called the So Glamorous version. Everything about this release screams bridal energy, and fans immediately picked up on it. Some fans are now speculating that Elizabeth Taylor might become the third official single from Life of a Showgirl, following Fate of Ophelia and Opalite, which both went to #1. If it does, that would give Taylor 3 #1 singles from the same album in the lead-up to her wedding.
Good job, everyone. Mostly dog.
The track debuted at #3 on the charts when the album dropped, so the demand is already there. And if the vinyl pressing drives a sales spike the way her record store day releases always do, it could absolutely chart again. Speaking of charting, Life of a Showgirl is still dominating everything. As of this week, both Fate of Ophelia and Opalite are still in the global top 10. Opalite just hit #1 on the charts 2 weeks ago, tying Taylor with the third most #1 singles in chart history. The album spent 12 weeks at #1 and was confirmed as the best-selling album worldwide for 2025, making Taylor the first artist to top that global chart in back-to-back years. The album moved around 6 million units globally, despite only having 3 months of eligibility in the calendar year. It led global rankings in both pure sales and vinyl performance. 6 months after release, this album is still the biggest thing in music. And then, on the same exact day as the vinyl announcement, the word Swifty was officially added to the dictionary. It's part of the winter word update, one of 1,500 new words added. Taylor trademarked the term back in 2017, and it's now formally recognized as a word in the English language. Other words added in the same batch include copium and glamazon. But let's be honest, Swifty is the only one anyone is going to remember from this update. The timing of this, with everything else happening, feels almost scripted. Her fans are now a dictionary word. Her wedding song is becoming a vinyl. Her album is still #1. And her ex-boyfriend is about to launch the biggest comeback of his career. Because here's the Harry Styles part of this story, and it's massive. On the same day Taylor announced the Elizabeth Taylor vinyl, Harry Styles announced that his entire new album concert is coming to Netflix. He's performing his 4th studio album in full at the same Manchester venue where the Brit Awards just happened, Co-op Live, on March 6th, the day the album drops. Netflix is streaming the full concert 2 days later on March 8th. It's called One Night in Manchester, and it's his first concert film on any streaming platform ever. Then on March 14th, 1 week later, Harry is hosting and performing on Saturday Night Live.
So great to be here hosting Saturday Night Live for the first time.
Not only is he returning to Madison Square Garden for the record-breaking 30 shows, but he's also going to be back on this legendary New York stage as well.
Then, he's launching a world tour with a 30-date residency at Madison Square Garden.
50 shows in 7 different global cities. We're going to go over to Europe here. Yes, okay, this is what we thought we were seeing. The beginning of this Together apparently is going to be in Amsterdam. The date, May 16th. My messy writing there, but May 16th.
Let's zoom out and look at this timeline. Taylor's ex-boyfriend, the one who was performing at the Brit Awards while she was getting snubbed in both categories last weekend, is about to have the biggest month of his career. New album, Netflix special, SNL, world tour, MSG residency, all happening in the same window where Taylor is deep in wedding planning, releasing wedding-coated vinyl, and preparing for the Songwriters Hall of Fame induction on June 11th, 2 days before the rumored wedding on June 13th. And the thing is, neither of them is acknowledging the other. Taylor didn't go to the Brit Awards. Harry performed his comeback song on the same stage where she was nominated. They exist in completely parallel universes now, both having historic 2026 moments at the exact same time in the exact same spaces without a single interaction. The internet is losing it over the contrast. Taylor is in full bride mode. Vinyl releases, wedding planning, otter adoptions with Travis, quiet date nights in the snow.
As a special surprise from us here at NGL, me and the girls, we actually adopted a giant river otter.
What?
At the Philadelphia Zoo in your name.
First of all, big zoo guy. Uncle Trav, this is amazing.
That's for you.
He wants one specifically whose life he saved, who knows that he saved its life.
Who feels, yes.
It's a really specific type of otter he's looking for. He wants to see an otter, and the otter's like, my paw's caught in a shell. And he's like, I got you.
Every time I go past some sort of like creek or river, in my mind, there's an otter standing up on a rock waving to me. Like, I've had dreams like this. This is crazy. It's just like, I just know they're like the friendly.
Harry is in full pop star comeback mode. Netflix, SNL, world tours, choreography debuts. They're both at the absolute peak of their respective lanes, and the lanes don't intersect anymore. Meanwhile, the mayor of a major city just cited Taylor's Eras Tour as proof that his area can handle the FIFA World Cup this summer. That's the level of cultural impact we're talking about. Her concerts are being used as evidence that a city can host the biggest sporting event on the planet.
Well, remember this again, we already have a robust public safety matrix for events like Taylor Swift's concert, Beyonce's concert. So we already have a very, very robust police and public safety presence, but that's going to be augmented by federal public safety presence as well. Okay. So we're going to definitely have everything in check. On an individual basis, a Super Bowl would be, but this is going to be like having a series of Super Bowls in 1 month.
And the World Cup starts right after the rumored June 13th wedding, with Taylor reportedly having a role in the preparations. So the timeline for her summer looks like this. Record Store Day vinyl on April 18th. Songwriters Hall of Fame on June 11th. Wedding on June 13th. World Cup begins shortly after. All while Life of a Showgirl is still charting and Harry Styles is touring the world. The Elizabeth Taylor vinyl isn't just a record store release, it's a breadcrumb. Taylor Swift doesn't do anything without intention. We know this by now. She chose a song named after the most famous bride in history, pressed it onto glitter vinyl with a glamorous theatrical B-side, and dropped it exactly 56 days before her wedding. The Swifty dictionary entry on the same day is just the cherry on top. She's building toward June 13th the way she builds toward everything, one perfectly timed detail at a time.
Who invited you to her wedding?
I can say nothing.
That means it's happening.
I've signed so many NDAs.
That is very, very exciting, and I'm very much looking forward to coming with you.
Over my husband's dead body.
I've talked to Taylor, my Taylor, about this a few times, but she grew up in the country world in Nashville and in high school and coming up, and she raves about how together they are, how they maneuver on tour and stuff like that. She was underneath a lot of these big country singers.
Are you looking forward to the, mother-son dance at the wedding? Oh, I'm sure it'll be interesting.
Oh, yeah?
For sure.
Did you have to sign an NDA, even though you were the mother?
No. No, they know I can keep a secret.
Okay.
And honestly, we wouldn't expect anything less. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.